Happy Friday, everybody. The Friday song, if I ever heard one. Uptown Funk. That's a Friday song if I ever heard it. That's a fired up Friday song if I ever heard it. All right, Wildcats. We just came off of a pretty decent week of learning. I was in a couple classrooms. I was in the hallway. I got interviewed for Miss McGee's writing class, I believe. Miss Sid Raffini. I was able to be an interview for her. And so it was very enjoyable. And so like being in the classroom, like being able to see kids learning and doing their best. And I do feel like we're continuing to grow each day. So I'm really pleased with what we did this last week. And I think that you're starting to see some of the things that we're wanting to see in school. And I think too, and talking with teachers and talking with students, we're not in a normal school year yet. We'd like to get there, I think, as much as we'd like to, but we have to understand, and I know that students understand and you understand that when we put on masks every day, it doesn't feel like a normal school year. We're still trying to find our way through different pieces. And I think that's okay for that. And I think it's okay to kind of sit back sometimes and say, okay, where are we at here? Where are we doing? And so always know that we're here for you to answer those questions and to talk through some things. So I want to make sure that we know it's still an awkward situation, because I think one of the teachers said yesterday, last year, you could pretty much, some of you have said you may have been on Zoom, but you turned us off, or you watched something else, or you did something else. And now we've kind of taken that option away. And because we're in a normal school, at least, mostly normal without, like I said, some of the things we're having to do. But I think though that we understand that. And I think as part of it is we're working through that. And some of the things that we want to do, and I'll talk a little bit about it later. Some of you some ownership of some things that we can do here, some choice. But know this, that we understand some of that you're feeling kind of certain ways, and we want to make sure that we know we understand this, and we'll continue to talk about this throughout the course of the next couple of weeks again too, before we get to fall break. But know this, that I'm noticing some things that you all are working better on. And I know some things that you're doing better on, and then you need to be told that. And I'll try to make sure that I'm telling people that when I see them in the hallways too, that we see you, and we do see that you're making the attempt to get better. So keep trying, keep working towards getting better. And so I will turn it over now. Let's do announcements. All right, it's officially Friday, September the 24th. And these are your morning announcements. Don't forget about the mission of Wesleyan Middle School is to reveal the genius of each Wildcat through a culture of joy, respect, and excellence. Please, 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 Wildcats. I know this is, again, we're understanding this is not a normal thing to do, but we have to keep our masks on correctly here at school. We want to make sure that you're staying safe from the coronavirus. And again, know that it's working. I know some of you think we do these things because we want to make you. This is really a safety issue. Making sure that you're safe against the Delta strain that is really disproportionately affecting children. So keep wearing those masks, Wildcats, and make sure they wear them over their nose. All right, today is the last day of our week, and we normal Friday, because all Fridays are pretty normal here, because we have advisory, then we have periods 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, softball open fields start Wednesday, so we push them back a little bit because of the weather, but they will start Wednesday, September the 29th, in Miss Malot's room, room 610 in the South Gym. Please make sure you're dressed and ready to go for softball skills. Please make sure you have a ride ready to take you home at 6, or take the late bus home. And this is for any 6th, 7th, or 8th grader trying to improve their skills for softball. Open gym is tonight, 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 Friday, September 24th from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Students, you need $5 in a student ID to enter. Students must have a ride to and from open gym to attend. Enter by the cafetorium, which is by the flagpole. I don't know why I'm pointing. You can't see out my window, but the flagpole is right there. Activities include basketball, football, dodgeball, games, art, and bring money for concession. Also, too, maybe bring a jacket, because we'll be outside quite a bit, and it could be a little chillier that evening. Please accept the Westline Middle School course in Canvas. It's called Westline Wildcats Together as One. It's a Westline Middle School course, and that's where you can email your for admin and also Ms. Muller about the library. Westline Student Alliance for Equity. Your next meeting is Tuesday, September the 28th until 6 p.m. Roarbucks, and I want to talk a little bit about Roarbucks too. So part of it is now when in the 8th graders, I know some of you remember you had pause at that time, and we had some different stores. And some of us, I will say this now, some of the things we did with pause, they're not gone, but they're hidden somewhere. Because you know how we all had to move pretty quickly when we were changing things. We had some stores set up and we had posters. So I'm working on ordering posters for your teachers. They could put different Warbuck things that you can buy in there. But I think starting next Monday, maybe we're going to put a little, not Monday, maybe then next Monday, we might put a little spreadsheet out to your advisory teachers, and you can even email us here too. What are some things you want to spend Warbucks on? I know that the slushies will be a popular piece here coming up. And some other things we'll have like little mini things, and we have the raffle in the cafetorium each morning or each lunch period. But what are some things you want to be able to buy? Like I'm thinking, and you can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but if someone were to collect, 100 to 150, maybe you pool them together, 150 Warbucks, could you buy an extra spa day for your advisory? Could you, that kind of thing. And so we don't know. And so, but I'm putting this out to you now. What if you had to choose? What would you spend Warbucks on? What would it be? And so think about that over the weekend, and we'll put that spreadsheet out for teachers to kind of be able to put some things. I'm not saying we can do everything, but like you guys have great ideas. And so we want to hear them about maybe what we do for our Warbucks. And how we get them, don't forget, we have our general expectations, we have hallway expectations, but I want to talk today about cafeteria expectations. And for the most part, when I'm looking at the camera, we do some of these really well. We do some of these not so well. We remain in your seat. We remain in your seat throughout lunch. All right, that is one thing. We got to stay in our seats because we got to make sure, again, we're also contact tracing. We're keeping them together. Only touch your food. Now, I watched on camera a little bit, and for those of you who have not seen, we have a very sophisticated camera in there that we can see anything. Please only touch your food. It's kind of gross to touch someone else's food and then have them still eat it. Acknowledge cafeteria workers with please and thank you, and respect our spaces and our custodians by cleaning up and throwing away all trash. Our Westlane Student of the Month. Today, we're talking about Jakari Bond from Mr. King. Jakari is a leader on the field and in the classroom. He always volunteers, participates well, and encourages his classmates. And we have our teacher shout outs as well. Ms. Brobe, this is from Nina Whitehead. She made me feel welcome by helping me on my Spanish test and helping me become a better avid scholar. She's the GOAT. And that stands for greatest of all time. Mr. Miller and Miss Miller and Mr. Williams, they were really nice and funny. That was from an anonymous student. And Miss Maridi and Miss Malat. Miss Maridi somewhat seemed like a big sister to me and has made me feel accepted. Also with Miss Malat, she has like mother-like energy. She's always kind and helpful, but also very accepting as well. And that's from Moon Zachary. Thank you, Moon. And thank you to all our teachers and students who continue to acknowledge Westlane and what makes Westlane awesome. Don't forget, when a teacher says, or when a teacher directs, Wildcats just do it. Don't forget, all food should be eaten in the cafetorium. No food should be eaten outside the cafetorium. On Monday, students, we're going to take a panorama survey. It's going to be, some of you took this last year. I want to say some of you took it in elementary and some of you took it here. And so it's very similar to that. It's going to ask a couple questions. It's going to take about 20 minutes on Monday. And so we're going to take that time that we usually reserve for IXL to take this panorama survey on Monday. It's going to give us an idea about what your feeling is about Westlane and how we can maybe do some things a little bit better. All cell phones are in your locker between 9:15 and 4:20. They'll be taken if they're seen or heard. Let's keep in our lockers, Wildcats, or our book bags, sixth graders. And don't forget our motto, every Wildcat, every day gets better. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure you have a great Monday, and we will see you. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you Monday.